Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing so well today. I'm very excited for today's video because we are taking it back to 2020. Do you guys ever look back at your past home styles and just think about what an era it was? Because back in 2020, you guys might have remembered that my style was very boho. If you've been following me since then you are a true OG because my style back then was very warm, very desert vibes, lots of yellows and oranges, rattan, pampas grass. And towards the end of my boho era, I started adding in little like pops and elements of black, and I really thought I was doing something there. My home style is always evolving. I honestly just can't help it because I love to change things up all the time, but I feel like right now we're in a really good era. One thing that hasn't changed though is that I've always DIY'd my home decor even before sharing it online. But when I started sharing them on this channel, it really pushed me to get creative, and I am really proud of some of those past pieces that I've made. Some of them I think were really iconic for the time and I still stand by them. So it got me to thinking, what would those projects look like if I were to make them today? My style has evolved, the trends have definitely changed, and I have gained way more DIY knowledge since those early days. So today I am challenging myself to recreate a couple of those projects, but reimagine them for my style now. So let's take a stroll down memory lane and let's get started. So back then, wall hangings were all the rage, and I feel like I'm talking about 2020 as if it was like super long ago, but I feel like when I look back at that time, I was a completely different person. And even though it feels like yesterday, it also feels like an eternity ago. I was very into macrame wall hangings, and I also really loved clay wall hangings. I made a couple, but notably, I feel like this one was one of my favorites. Fast forward to now, if you want a piece of wall art that is not in a frame, there are so many different options. I've just been loving all the different things that people have been putting on their walls lately, and something that I'm really in love with right now are tiles. I think they are so beautiful. They come in all different shapes and sizes and styles. So I'm gonna make my own tiles today. I wanna give it that really handmade look. So I'm going to roll these out myself, cut them myself. I have a bunch of bags of air dry clay ready to go. So let's roll some out and create some tiles. I am really loving the shape of these square little tiles. They have some slight imperfections, which is what I want to give it that handmade feel. While I'm working on this, I'm making sure that I have a wet paper towel to put on top because I've made the mistake many times not doing that, and then it dries out before I can even get to it. So while I'm working on each tile, I'm making sure that I cover this back up so that it stays nice and wet. That way we could stick them back on. I kind of pivoted my plan a little bit, so I'm doing an icon on every other one to create kind of like a checkerboard pattern. Something that I've been doing since the dawn of time is adding speckling to my clay. So that is my plan. I think I'm going to do that for like the rest of my life. I just love a good speckle. And what I love about this project is that you can always expand it. So in the future, I can add more to this piece, add more colors and icons, and fill up a whole wall with my own tiles. And mark my words, you guys, one day I'm going to make my own real ceramic tiles to stick onto my walls with grout and mortar, and it's going to be amazing. But until then, we have this air dry clay version, which I still think looks very convincing. Like, imagine a backsplash in a kitchen or a bathroom with these, or even creating a picture behind the oven. Ugh, that would be the absolute dream. The best feeling when you're working with air dry clay is checking on it and seeing that there are no cracks whatsoever. And I honestly think it's because I let this dry down super slowly. Like, this has been sitting inside of a cabinet, inside of a bag for like 5 days, and now it is perfect. I am especially loving this swan one. It actually was not that hard for me to make. I don't know why, but this sun was really hard for me to make. I feel like this should have been one of the easier ones. But I think once we sand these down, they're gonna be perfect. this video, I realized that my birthday is coming up super soon, and as I'm looking back at all these old videos, I can really see how much I've grown from my late 20s until now. Your girl is in her 30s, so every year I like to level up my skincare just a little bit, and whenever I get nice compliments on my skin, I feel very proud because I know all the work that I put in my 20s was well worth it. I have really dry skin, and lately it's been looking very dull, so I started using Curology, who is actually sponsoring today's video, and I've heard so many good things about them over the years, so I was really excited to try it out for myself. It was really easy to get started. I took their skincare quiz where I let them know what kind of skin type I have, any concerns, and what I want to tackle, and also what results I'm really looking for. And from there, a licensed dermatology provider gives you a routine, which is really nice because you're getting ingredients that you won't typically find over the counter. Everything gets shipped straight to your door, so here's everything that's in my box. So we have tretinoin, which honestly was the #1 thing I was most excited to start using. So not only do I have dry skin, but I also have very sensitive skin, so it's always been very daunting to try things like tretinoin. But with Curology, they're really transparent about ingredients and what is in your formula and why it works. After about just a week, I'm already starting to notice results, and I've seen what this can do to other people's skin, so I'm hoping for the same results. My skin texture is definitely feeling softer, especially in the mornings. I wake up and I feel like actually glowy, which has been really nice. I'm already starting to see improvements, so I'm excited to see where I'm going to be in just a couple months. This has really helped me take the guesswork out of skincare, and I feel like it was definitely the boost that I needed. If you want to check out Curology and start your journey, they did give me a special offer on your first box, so click on my link down below or scan my QR code. Thank you again, Curology. Now let's get back into the projects. I need to know how many of you guys were here back in 2020 when I was making so many different wall hangings and wall art. I remember I learned macrame because it was so popular. I also was making a bunch with air dry clay. It's just one of those things that I immediately fell in love with once I started DIYing. I think what I really like about it is that it's a slow process, and sometimes you have to be delicate and really pay attention to what you're working on. And I feel like I really needed that back in 2020. I was working corporate still. We were living in LA. I would literally spend hours working on a project even past midnight because I just get so carried away whenever I work on something, and that always leads me to underestimating how long air dry clay takes to actually dry. I've made so many mistakes with that in the past, but now I know better. So I made these before our New Orleans trip, which was amazing, by the way. We had a lot of crawfish, at least Brian did, because I'm still new to eating crawfish. I much rather eat shrimp, but altogether we ate like 9 pounds of crawfish. I ate a bunch of charboiled oysters. We also got beignets every night. We went on a swamp tour and saw a bunch of turtles and alligators and the cutest little raccoons. So it took like a full 5 days for the clay to dry down. I wanted to make sure that it would dry down slowly so that there were no cracks. It worked out super well, especially since I'm impatient waiting for things to dry. So I think in the future, before I go on a trip, I'm gonna have to do a project that takes a lot of dry time. I am not joking when I say that I spent probably 30 minutes just rolling out this really hard brick of clay and turning it into a nice round ball that we can work with for this next project. One of the projects that I remember that I was really proud of back then was this little propagation jar. I had a huge phase where I would go into a hole of just watching plant videos, obsessing over what plant I would get next, looking at really expensive rare plants that I would never buy, and just learning about how to take care of them. And I just remember being so blown away when I learned about propagation. I'm pretty sure I was in my mid-20s at that point, so the fact that I did not know that you could just cut off a plant, put it in water, and start a new one was honestly upsetting that no one taught me that sooner. That obviously snowballed into plant DIYs, and this honestly was one of my first ones that I was just really proud of the idea. In the OG version, I used like an old diffuser bottle, so I thought it was very fitting that I take one of my old diffuser bottles and turn it into a plant propagation jar again. This time around, I want to wrap it in some polymer clay, so I'm gonna roll this out into a long slab and then turn this basically into a bud vase. Okay, we did it. This is gonna be big enough to fit around the bottle. Let me just test this really quick. Yeah, I think that is good. I'm gonna wrap this around the whole thing and give it a new shape. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's not do that again. Here is how our little tiny vase is coming. It actually was a little bit trickier than I thought to put the clay on here, but we got there. I honestly could stop here and just add a little window to the back, but I want to take this a step further. So I saw this like trinket charm vase on Pinterest. I instantly fell in love with it, and I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to try that idea out. So what I'm planning to do is just to roll out some little strips and add basically loops all around. Obviously, this is a little bit on the smaller side, so I only have so much room for so many charms. But on the back side, I want to add a little window here, but add a frame to it. So I found these little frame molds. I'm actually not sure which one I want to use yet, either the oval or just the circle. We'll see how they look. I'll try both of them out because I'm going to use hot glue, and that is going to make these so quickly. Do you guys see that right here? It looks very faint right now because I tried my best to fix it, but there was a big crack here after I baked it. So whenever that happens, I just put some joint compound on there and hope for the best, and I think it's looking pretty good now that we have some gesso on it. I do want to add some texture paint, so I think that is going to mask it, but even after all these years of working with polymer clay, I still don't get it perfect, but we try our best. Overall though, the loops came out pretty good. They are looking very sturdy, and I'm ready to paint it. I'm gonna do a terracotta color to match my inspo. Guys, this was so much fun going down memory lane and just taking a look back at where this all started. I am so proud of how far I've come. These new projects have just continued my love for DIY and creation and really creating a space that I love. These tiles are actually gonna go in my kitchen, so it's gonna give a nice pop of color, and these actually look so realistic. Like, you cannot tell me this is not a real tile. And I will be giving an update on this plant once it starts to root and propagate. Can you believe that we made this from a little diffuser bottle and now it is super unique, super cute? But let me know in the comments which project was your favorite. Send me your thoughts, send me your opinions. I love reading through all the comments, and if you have not already, make sure to give this video a like and also subscribe. You can also catch me on Instagram where I post every day, so all my links will be down below. So that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!